Hey, what's up, mates? Today I'm gonna talk about what to do when people insult you. Well, what I usually do, and I think I've been pretty good at this, at least these days, because I'm still alive for one, and I'm not in prison, so I go out a lot. So I think I got some pretty good defense mechanisms built up whenever I run into somebody that chooses to insult me. And I'll give you a few of the things I do, or basically this is the step-by-step process I go through to keep me from getting into weird situations with mentally unstable people. And anyway, let me get on. The first one is, you have somebody that's insulting you, ignore them. If they're in the conversation of the group, just ignore them. If they said something like, hey, what's up, bitch, or like something like that, just ignore them and continue talking to whoever you're talking to. You know, if the person feels like they're being too humiliated, or people are just choosing to ignore them because they're acting childish, then most people will just back down and just like kind of like look around like insecurely and just like get on with what they're doing and try to behave as though they didn't say anything at all. So if that doesn't work, then I'll move on to another thing, and that's number two, and I'll usually just cut them off, like kind of showing them like that I'm not afraid of them, but at the same time getting on with what I was doing. Like if somebody's saying something like they'll be like, bitch, what's up, bitch? And I'll be like, so what's up, Larry? So how was your week? Did you do that thing? Did you get that promotion you were talking about? And just kind of like wait for them to respond, and then just kind of like continue conversation like that. And then try to act engaged, because if you're just like kind of like making it look too fake instead of really being engaged in the conversation, then the guy is going to try and cut you off and try to like test you a little bit more. So yeah, just don't be afraid to do that. Hopefully you're not hanging around with psychopaths, gang members and stuff like that. So you won't have to worry about, like, this is if you're hanging out with normal people. If you're hanging out with psychopaths, you want advice on how to handle psychopaths. I'll give you one piece of good advice right now. Don't hang out with psychopaths. So anyway, the third thing I do is I'll laugh about it. And I'll kind of like, I guess you can say guilt trip them. I'll laugh about it. I'll be like, ha, are you serious? And I'll say something like, are you serious? And usually I'll follow up with something like, we're all adults here, man. Are you serious? Like, kind of guilt trip them with the whole adult frame. And usually, like, if you're not hanging out with crazy people, then usually they'll be like, yeah, sorry, man, or whatever, you know, and back off. But, yeah, that's usually what I do for the first three instances, you know. Those are usually my first go-to things when I'm dealing with quote-unquote douchebags. But if none of those work, then just move on. Walk away, man. Like, you're the bigger man. You're an adult, you know. I don't know how many, like, thousands of dollars I've spent on fucking hospital bills, getting bailed out of jail, like, all, like, court fees, all types of stupid shit, because, you know, I would just like get in fights with people when I was younger because I like wanted to be the tough guy. Instead, I could have been saving all that money, and I could have been like working on up towards like, you know, becoming a millionaire and making life a lot easier, so on and so forth. But yeah, man, don't get in a fight. It's not worth it. It's like, you know, I know there's a lot of douchebags out there, but money and bitches should be your top priority, okay? So anyway, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching this PA Red Sky. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you next video. Peace.
glorybe9nights.com